do whatever I can. Hopefully, this is effective and people can hear it, legible, and we start the show. Basically, I call my show WDLJ FM 108. It consists of five different areas of conversation from spiritual, mental, music, political outlook, and education. This is my first true broadcast in about 2.5 years. Um, I used to do them, but kind of got off track. For those that know, I lost my wife in 2018. She's the one that told me to start to do videos because I love to watch all kinds of news, blah blah blah. She called it, and read and keep myself basically informed on what was going on in society today. So that was the start. I just created a bunch of pages and started talking about them. For those that have followed a long time ago, know I have talked about a lot of issues, especially how the government implements its plan, and if it's successful, they manipulate society. And we find ourselves trapped today from all the things that we did not go against, speak out against, and make known that we weren't going to tolerate it. So this is where we find ourselves today. To me, it could be the coronavirus, it could be any virus. But I want to show you Americans how gullible and the world you become. I'm going to go over some statistics of things that just happened. And then I'm going to tell you a story about one of the greatest pandemics ever. Um, for yo people that remember 2017, 80,000 people in the U.S. alone died from the flu. Now, remember the big H1N1? 12 million cases, 53,000 deaths. Now, this is something a lot of people don't know. That the flu so far has killed 10,000 people, infected 17 million. And as we remember, we can go back to the swine flu. You know, CDC flu. It killed 80,000 last year. Bird flu, SARS. People don't know. 574,000 deaths from 2009 to 2010. Now, at any point, did we shut down governments, cities, people's jobs? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. And these are far worse than this coronavirus. These diseases kill within months, not years, not a possibility, but a certainty. Now we're going to talk about something happened in 1918. They called it the Spanish flu. Now that's the greatest pandemic ever. Ever. That in America killed over 700,000 people. Just in America alone. They are finding mass graves in several cities across the country. And what's so devastating, when you contracted this disease, your estimated lifespan was 12 hours. The infection rate was 100%. It spread faster than anything anybody could imagine. Had a lot of contributing factors. You had war, you had famine, you had all these things going on, unsanitary conditions. But the fact that this virus attacked, killed all these people. Vaccination evolved. Now, where is it? And I can go on with the measles, the mumps, chicken pox. We can go on and on and on. So why is it so necessary to shut down our government, to shut down a country, to create a martial law system where you can't even enjoy basic things like going to the movie, bowling, anything, going out to eat with your family? Why does this create such a economic situation across the world where people are not allowed to work? What is the point? It's not a lives thing. Because what do you think is going to happen when people wake up and they're broke? They're like, oh, it'll pass, it'll pass. They haven't seen yet. The stock market has to crash. And what do you think when a person wakes up and their 401 is gone? Their pension is gone. See, the mistake they made before is they had blamed it on the banks. So when you do something like that, you have to fix it. So governments found themselves bailing out the system. Now, the economic crash has happened in each cycle of 10 years. And it continues to happen. And we still don't see it. We don't understand that the system of governments have developed a way to control you. They're taking away your freedoms. They're taking your way of thought. They got people running around here with masks on, scared to talk to each other, scared to communicate. And you don't think this is a factor, or this is not a dangerous situation? Well, there are boots on the ground in America and across the world. Military conflict is in each one's country. What have you heard about terrorism? What have you heard about all the things that change the dynamics? In America, we went through a segment of mass shootings. Each more intense than the next. But that didn't catch our attention. That didn't change our way of life. So what is the next thing? create a virus. Ask Alexa if it still works. This disease is not catastrophic. It is not killing people the way a pandemic does. You, me, everybody will see the effects of this. I haven't. They keep saying all these people who's died, but I haven't seen what I saw with AIDS. I saw families, I saw friends, I saw people affected by this. The voices rang loud. You don't see that now. The only thing you see is any descending voice is crushed. YouTube videos pulled. Every type of video people are trying to get out there to tell you to wake up is pulled. So I chose this mechanism. I chose this way. And a lot of people won't see this until later, or they'll go on and check out the puck hag. Like I said, I'm not here to make myself known, but this has gotten out of control, and you have to use your mind. You have to get on this same structure that you're learning all this information about it. You need to learn what a pandemic is. You should know the devastation that a pandemic will do. You won't hear about cases. You will see these cases. Family members, friends, neighbors, children, elderly, blind, doesn't matter. So, trying to explain to people that are going to sit up here and try to say, oh, how do you know? I can go down a list. I've been down that list. Starting in 1980, Ronald Reagan said New World Order. They implemented that by destroying an industrial nation within America. Took away all our jobs from steel, manufacturing, distribution. Sent the jobs to third world countries. And blamed it on those third world countries. And we sat back and watched it happen. But y'all that don't know, over the 60s is where the government implemented its plan to basically destroy our ability for our leaders to lead by killing them. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar, you can go down the line. Kennedy, his brother, just put it back that he might. Not that he did, but he might. People don't know a lot about Nixon. Nixon started a lot of social programs, did a lot of great things. Yes, he was a little bit eccentric. Had to get rid of him. You know, we never learn from the past. And if you don't learn from the past, you will repeat its mistakes. You know, so in a closing, I don't really take a lot of people's time because I want them to go out, research, read about all the pandemics in this world. We're not even talking about Ebola. They tried that one too. Not even understanding that Ebola has a over 50% death rate. So, then they learned that one wasn't going to work. They had to try something new. H1N1, like I said, SARS, bird, cow. Remember mad cow disease? Remember all that you couldn't eat a lettuce, you couldn't eat tomato, you couldn't eat nothing. Don't drink milk, don't eat meat, don't eat chicken, don't eat fruits, don't eat vegetables. As long as you let society dictate how you think, how you feel, and what you do, you shall always be a slave to that mentality. Change don't come easy. Change don't come without sacrifice. And change does not happen usually in your lifetime. Our great leaders never expected change to affect their lives, but they wanted it to affect the future. Understanding this concept, you should be able to find the strength to stand up against all this. But most people won't. They'll continue to wear masks. They'll continue to alienate themselves from the world, society, their family, their friends, their neighbors. People can't even go see their family. Soldiers are trapped. Can't even come home. And that's the atrocity that we, as a people, supposed to be intellectual and free thinking, are nothing but drones for those that control it. Some say anarchy, but anarchy just gives them more power. We must develop a method of protest, but with control. And the best way to do that is economics. I'm going to give you a little hint, and I hope you follow this. When Obama implemented the free educational program that allowed people to go to college for free, trade schools, to obtain a trade, to learn, to be able to make a substantial living. People didn't take advantage of it. People didn't understand the importance of it. Later, people don't remember the big internet teach you how to work the internet, train you for free. Then hook you up with one of these companies where you sit here and take phone calls from their customers. People didn't take advantage of it. Now, you have a big explosion with Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all these delivery style apps. How many people really taking advantage of it? How many people really getting to understand that the system is turning to an entrepreneurial state? For those that excel will survive. For those that crumble up, fold up, will fail. I know it's a harsh reality. Hope people understand this ain't personal. This is about waking you up, getting you up in your mind so that you can understand what you are facing and what your children are facing. 21 to smoke weed, 18 to smoke drugs. Dumbing down our culture has been the essence of their development. A short lesson in drugs. Heroin, epidemic. Crack, epidemic. Meth, epidemic. All structurally destroy the poor. From inner cities to trailer parks to whatever you want to call them. That's an epidemic. Each place structurally in the communities is meant to destroy. Unfortunately, when the analytical thinking minds never understand the whole idea of what they're doing, that you cannot contain such an epidemic when you're dealing with drugs. It will expand and outreach to the communities, but you don't want it to, thus creating another economic problem. Thus, that's the true war on synthetic drugs. Not drugs, but synthetics. Understanding that, you can see how it flows. And this is all structurally devised by these probably analytical thinkers, these think tanks. They sit around and think of ways to instruct whoever they are to implement the plan of New World Order. One money, one system, governing all. We'll see how long that lasts. I think Rome tried that. So, in departing, I want to thank you for listening to WDLJ. I'm Derek Jackson, your host. I'll hopefully be looking out for other shows. And may we all have a great day. And feel free, to enjoy, have a good time, and believe. Because at some point, we got to think and become part of the change, not a memory. Peace.